30 days ago, we signed a new client into our agency, and what you're about to watch is exactly how we 10x his business within that 30-day time span. How this video is going to break down is, first, we're going to go over what he was doing beforehand, the negative results that he got. Then we're going to go over the levers we pulled to literally 10x his business, once again, without needing him to post more or run ads or anything like that. But before we run into anything, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick testimonial from the client himself, so you know that I'm not full of shit.
What's going on with you guys? It's your boy Dior. I've been working with Lionel for around a month so far. I literally went from collecting 1.2K in cash all the way to 15K collected in cash, as well as a show up rate actually went from 50% to 87% or 80%. And our close rate went from 20% to 57%. So one thing about Lionel is he is going to elevate your business. He's going to see exactly what is wrong, detect exactly what needs to be fixed, and make it go to that next level. So shout out Lionel. We're now on the way to hit 50K, then 100K, and so on.
Looking at what he was doing before, you can see that he had YouTube videos that led to a VSL, that led to the application, booking a call, and then it goes into sales call. This is the basic growth engine. And by the way, if you don't know what a growth engine is just the customer's journey from them not knowing that you exist to them giving you money. Now, the reason why this is really bad and why I'm going to go into artistic levels of details is because everybody has already told you what you need to do. You already know you have to get traffic, send them to a VSL or send them to a webinar, and then they apply and they get on a call, and then they get close. But what's important, and well, I guess they wouldn't get on call on a fucking webinar. It sounds fucking stupid, but you get the point. But what's important is making sure you get the details correct, because it's this tiny details between each of these steps that actually make the biggest difference. As you can see, when he was doing this on his own, right, and this is across a 2-month time span of him running this offer by himself. He booked 16 calls, 3 of them no-showed, right? So he had about an 83% show rate, which is really good. And then 2 of them closed, which is about a 14, maybe 17% close rate, which is fucking atrocious, right? Now, looking at what we did, so still YouTube video that leads to a VSL. Now, the thing is, we completely changed his landing page and his VSL, and we're about to open up his new landing page now. I wish I still had his old landing page, but that's fucking deleted, so we can't really show you. But what I'm about to do is I'm literally going to show you the copywriting mechanics that's going into this landing page that's allowing us to convert at such a high clip. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is, once again, it's easy to know what to do. It's harder to know how to do it well, and it's the tiny nuances that actually make the biggest difference. One thing you need to understand about copywriting and building landing pages is contrast. The better contrast you can make, and specifically contrast from the prospect's or your ICP's current position to their desired position, right? The better you can call out that contrast and articulate and convey that you are the bridge between that, the higher your landing page will convert. I'm about to show you exactly how we do this through this landing page. The first thing you'll notice is the contrast between the bra line and the actual rest of the entire landing page. The reason why this is important is because when a prospect opens this up on their phone, their eyes are automatically going to be drawn to this bra line, the top section. And if you know anything about copywriting, especially for building landing pages, you're not trying to get people to convert off of the headline, right? All you want to do is you want to get one line that gets the other person to read the next line, and then that next line, and then that next line, until the call of action, right? So this is exactly how you do that. So there's a contrast between the broad line and then the actual rest of the page. So when a customer clicks in, their eyes are automatically drawn to the broad line, and then they read this: warning, a hidden internal block could be quietly capping your income. Now, this is very important, because if you're not aware what this prospect, this client is in, he's in the spirituality, mentality, manifestation space. And what we've realized is that the ICP, the majority of them, truly believe that there's something internal that's stopping them from achieving their goals, and they have no control over it. So what we're doing against on this brow line is we're calling that out, and we're putting like this little warning thing right here, right, as like to spark like it's human nature, right? Whenever humans are feel like they're being threatened or feel like they're being attacked, they literally, their brain forces them to pay more attention. This is a very mechanical thing that we're doing on this landing page. The only thing that would make it an improvement here is if this was red, but that doesn't make sense because of the white background, because that contrast wouldn't make sense. A white background and then red text is going to look fucking atrocious. That's why we kept it black. But that's just, again, this is just getting into too much detail. So warning, a hidden internal block could be quietly capping your income, ... So we open that loop. Then we get into the headline. Now, what I want you to not do is I don't want you to read the headline in its entirety. I want you to be able to break down the headline into its subsections, because once again, the point of copywriting, the point of reading landing pages or making landing pages is just get the prospect from the next step. And I have to drive this point home, because too many landing pages I fucking see is like, book a call, blah blah blah. It's like you're moving too fucking fast. You haven't slowed the prospect yet, right? You need to write copy that slowly consumes or entrenches the prospect into your way of thinking, and that's by just, all it is just getting them to read the next line. So they read this line: warning, an internal block could be quietly capping your income. Then it's remove the invisible wall. That's the first section of the headline. Hijacking your success, second section of the headline, and watch your income finally match your potential. Let me break down why I break it down into these three sections, and I want you to look at it as three different sections instead of like a whole entire headline, right? So remember, contrast. First thing, their eyes are going to be drawn to the brow line. Yeah, it's warning, a hidden internal block could be quietly capping your income. Then after that, they're really interested that their loop has been opened, right? Then it's remove the invisible wall. So look at what we just did. We just called out an internal block, then it's remove the invisible wall. So it's calling out a problem that they already internally feel, and then now we've opened that loop, and now we've hinted at the alleviation of that pain. Now it's like hijacking your success. Remember, contrast. There's a reason why this section is highlighted, because we call out the thing that's stopping them, but this is actually what they want. They want to be successful, and it's essentially through this, just these parts right here. We've told them like, hey, you have this thing that's stopping you, right, from being able to be successful. You know this, right? We know how to remove it, right? And we understand what you're going to, and then after that, it's like, and then it's watch your income finally match your potential. Like, now this is like the dream state, so to speak. So it's like, okay, after this invisible wall is removed, that's hijacking your success, then you'll be able to finally match your income potential. And then subheadline is watch this quick video to discover how to finally step into the 2.0 reality we know you're capable of. Number one, the 2.0 reality is just the mechanism. It's like the transformation, and that's being sold. It's like, okay, this 1.0 version of yourself is why you're stuck in this bad position, blah 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 blah. You're about to step into your 2.0 version of yourself. So we're starting to hint that. And second thing with the subheadline, notice how we're giving very clear instructions. Another thing that I see a lot of people make on mistakes I make on landing pages is that they're unclear with instructions, right? You have to think, like, when people are reading a landing page, they're almost half their brain is turned off, right? So what you have to be able to do, you have to be able to subliminally capture their attention and then give them very clear step-by-step instructions, or you're just gonna have a massive drop-off. Once again, I know I am getting into like super like minutia detail, but this is literally the most important thing, because the difference between a landing page that is made properly is a difference between a 1% conversion rate and a 3% conversion rate. On paper, that doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean like a lot. It's like, oh, it's only a 2% difference, but when we look at the grand scheme of things, if we go from 1% converting to 3% converting, that means 3 times the leads, 3 times the calls, and 3 times the revenue, right? So it's that fucking important, and you need to get these right on every single touch point of the funnel. Like, please, I'm begging you, do not skip over the tiny details, because once again, a difference in 2% in conversion from just the landing page is a difference between your business being where it's at right now and being 3 times better. So look at the revenue that your business just made. Ask yourself, okay, what if I just multiply this revenue by 3? And that's what the details fucking do for you. So that's why I drive this point home. Now, we could get into the VSL. Don't really want to do that, especially because it was my business partner that wrote that script of the VSL. Actually, he's the copywriter that made this entire landing page, right? I'm just breaking it down. He would fucking amazing copywriter, right? VSL basically just sells the 2.0 reality even more, right? Then the call to action to upgrade your reality towards the end of the VSL. Then remember, attention to detail. Look at the call to action. It's not book your call. Customers don't give a shit about booking their call. Stop doing that dumbass shit, right? What the call to action is, yes, I'm ready to upgrade my reality. So we're getting them to opt in to a different frame of thought. We're getting them to opt in into a new position in their life. We're not asking them to book a call. Customers don't give a shit about booking their call. They give a fuck about transforming their reality. So that's what we're asking them to do. They're not opted into booking a call. They're opted into changing their reality. And that's what we do in this call to action. And in the subheadline of the call to action is get your 60-day daily reset roadmap, right? So it's not, again, we're not, hey, you're about to get on this call where this salesman is going to try to fucking sell you. It's like, no, you're about to get on this call where you're about to get a 60-day transformation roadmap. Obviously, we have a type form, blah, 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 to go through here. At the end of the type form, there's a Calendly embed. So there's no drop off between filling out the application and then what's called actually booking their call. Then again, very clear with the instructions. Click the button, answer 5 questions, book your roadmap call, and discover how to step into the 2.0 version of yourself that attracts success. Again, very clear fucking instructions. We do not want to leave any room for error, because once again, when people are reading your landing page, half their brain is turned off. You have to be very clear. And then what you see right here, page break. There's a very good reason why we have a page break right there, because number one, we just called out the pain, blah 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 blah, and then we had the call to action. So this is just promising alleviation of the pain, but not everybody's going to convert on that. So now we have a page break, and now we're going to get into trust assets. Why should you be fucking believe that we can do this? Then it's thousands of people have felt a shift just watching my free videos on YouTube, talking from the perspective of the creator, right? And this is true because the creator does get thousands of views on YouTube, and they are for free. So that's a very falsifiable fact, right? What that means, falsifiable, just means is, can this be proven right or wrong, right? You want to stay away from ambiguous claims. You want to say something that a prospect can say yes or no to subliminally, and that's what's done right here, because this can be falsifiable. So we already have trust right there. They can go on YouTube, they can see he's getting thousands of views, you can see that a lot of people are engaging, right? But if you want a real breakthrough, right? So again, breaking the pattern of thinking, the one that actually sticks, right? So the one that actually sticks goes into a prospect of the aspect where some of them do get the breakthrough that they're looking for, but they can't hold into that reality. They can't hold into the identity, right? So we're calling that out. We're twisting the knife, and then it's promising alleviation. You need more than another YouTube video. You need a reset. So we're calling out the pain, we're twisting the knife, and we're telling them, hey, this is what you need instead. Then it's trust asset, trust asset, trust asset, trust asset, trust asset, trust asset, right? And then it's countless entrepreneurs have unlocked their income potential. Are you ready to unblock yours? Blah blah blah. Then again, call to action. It's not book a call. Get the fuck away from that. Stop doing that stupid shit. It's, yes, I'm ready to unlock my income potential. We're getting them to, by opting into this, we're getting them to opt into their desired reality. We're getting them to opt into their desired state. Subheadline, only apply if you're ready to upgrade your reality. Same thing. Then it's FAQs, of course, objection handling for any other skeptical people, blah, 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 blah. They can go through here. And that's essentially it for the landing page. Like I said, I'm getting really into detail because I'm going to drive this point home so many fucking times. I don't care if you drop off because I'm getting too fucking into details. If you cannot pay attention to like the small details, you deserve to be fucking poor for the rest of your life. It is these small details that literally take your landing page from converting from 1% to 3, maybe 4%. And again, on paper that doesn't seem a lot, but that's literally a 3x multiple on your business. That's literally a 4x multiple on your business. If you don't think that's a good enough reason to pay attention, then I don't know. You shouldn't be watching this video. Now, That's just on the landing page. Obviously, you saw the application, right? Calendly and Typeform embed on the application to book the call. Now, this is a split path, right? If they complete the application, but they don't book a call, we have an automation, a Zapier automation that tags us in in Discord. Then the application was filled, but not a call wasn't booked, right? And then that allows a setter to reach out, call them, because we do collect their contact information and kind of see what was going on. We are able to recover a lot of calls through this. Also, they get an automated text message through GHL, right? And then they get an automated email through GHL as well. So they're getting there's 3 points of contact, maybe even actually really 4, because it's automated text, automated email, setter call. If the setter doesn't if the person doesn't answer, then it's setters reaching out through their phone number. Now, if they do book a call, then it's confirmation call from the setter. We want that to happen within 5 minutes. It's statistical fact that if a prospect is not contacted within 5 minutes of opting in, there's a 50% drop off in probability of them closing on a call. It is, again, it's a small detail, it's tiny minutia like this that fucking matter. Now, when the setter reaches out to confirm the call, there's 3 important things that they need to do. Number 1, they need to frame the call properly. Right, we want to frame the call properly so these people fucking take this shit seriously and they're not acting like airheads, right? If you're not framing your calls properly, your sales reps are going to be fucking pissed off. Number 2, qualify. Obviously, we want to financially qualify them. Obviously, we want to qualify the pain point to see if they're even somebody that we can help out. Lastly, commitment to consume assets. This is so fucking important. I will get into the assets we're talking about once we get into the confirmation page and Discord here, but commitment to consume assets is very important because you've obviously heard before that they should get free pre-call assets. Obviously, it's very obvious because we want them to consume more. But just because you make a bullshit video for them doesn't mean that they're going to fucking watch it, right? We're dealing with people. People forget shit, right? People are busy, right? But there's human psychology. If you can get somebody to make a verbal commitment to do something, the likelihood of them doing it actually increases. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed that it's going to happen, but the likelihood of them doing it increases. That's why on call we make them make a verbal commitment to a live person that they're going to watch those assets, right? And then again, pre-call emails, and then text messages, again, with assets and proper framing for the call. Then we get into the confirmation page. Confirmation page is right here. So again, pay attention to the contrast for how we're leading people through the confirmation page. There's not as much direct response mechanics going on the confirmation page because now we're in the back. Now we're in the back end of the funnel, right? So we don't need to sell them. All we need to do is like build trust, get them to show up, blah, 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 blah. So we're a lot more direct with just instruction, right? Even though we still do have some like selling mechanics going on here. So again, contrast between the eyebrow line and the actual page. So your application is being processed. Please do not click the back button or close a tab. Very clear instructions. Step 1, watch this important 5-minute video breaking down your reset strategy call below. If you don't, you could risk your call time getting taken by somebody else. Okay. This is just, once again, selling the prospect on what's about to happen, setting the frame, setting proper expectations, blah, blah, blah. And of course, we have a consequence of like, if they don't fucking watch this, we're gonna get their call's gonna get taken off. Step 2, please check your email and confirm the call on your calendar when you receive the invite and complete all steps below. Again, very clear instructions. We're showing them what the fuck to do, right? We leave no room for error. Step 4, read this important instructions to attend your call and receive your reality reset strategy. Then it's blah, blah, blah. I always suggest you a phone alarm, blah, blah, blah. This is just framing, right, for the call. Then step 4, watch the exclusive podcast to learn how to dismantle your internal blocks, blah, 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 blah. Of course, you see the creator and who this is, this handsome motherfucker right here. Oh, wait, That's me. So this right here is a podcast VSL. This is a sales mechanic, a hidden sales mechanic to be specific, that was pioneered by Alan Soltanic, right? Once again, as marketing expands, as sales systems expands, people are going to be more aware of sales processes like VSLs, webinars. You're going to be more aware of setters, closers, blah, 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 blah. So there needs to be new ways to be able to hide the sales process. And sometimes you can hide the sales process within already established media, right? Another example of a hidden sales process is a YouTube VSL, but that's another fucking conversation to have on another day. But basically, this is a podcast that's framed as like this internal thing that's secret to only the people that are inside, but really it's just going over a whole bunch, me asking the creator a whole bunch of objections that these people might have ahead of time, right? So the creator can fucking resolve them. Then step 5, discover how identity unleash help ordinary entrepreneurs drop their old identity and start attracting success, blah, 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 blah. Then it's trust asset. So it's literally testimonial. Then invite to the Discord where they can get introduced to more people. Then it's again trust asset. And then it is the FAQs once again. Whew, holy fucking shit. Right? Now, after they go through the confirmation page, of course, sales call happens. If the sales call happens and they no show, automated follow-up. If the call shows but we don't close, automated follow-up. And if the sales call shows and closes, then we have deal 1 and it's done. Bada bing, bada boom. Of course, we have some marketing Of course, we have some marketing automations within GHL. I don't know if my business partner would want me showing the internals of GHL. I can show all of this because this is all on my side, but there is some proprietary information in there that I don't know if I can share. But basically, the results of this process, remember, all we did, changed the landing page, added a confirmation page, and then changed the minute details of the process, and he went from making $1,500 in 2 months to making $12,000 in revenue within our first month working together, cash collecting 9.5K, right? And now we are on pace, and I can literally show you this because I am the active closer, because at the point in time in this business where we're at right now, it doesn't make sense to have a closer. A closer would make like what, $900, $1,200 right now. This week we have closed, and this is the first day of the month. We have booked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 calls. 7 fucking calls in the first week. Remember, when he first was working on this offer without us, he had only booked 16 calls, right? For this month over here, I can show you, where is the tracking sheet for this? Instagram code, wait, no, it's going to be over here. For this month right here of March, where we made him 12K, we booked him 25 calls, right? That's through the whole entire month, and we just did like a third of that in the first fucking day, right? Why are we able to do that? Because we pay attention to the minutia. It's the small fucking details that matter. But if you're an agency owner, none of this matters if your agency is not highly fucking profitable. And a very good way of doing that is figuring out how you can fire VAs and just use AI to do the menial task in your agency. Luckily for you, I just made a video on exactly how I'm doing that. You can click this video right here to go ahead and watch it.